for Lauderdale, Naples, and the greater Miami area, you can participate to Italian section, completely integrated, free of charge, from elementary up to high school, with Italian taught by the public system of Miami-Dade County, which is a very important success for us. This is the picture.
I'm trying to see if we just posted it. But I don't know if we can. I thought that we just posted it.
I have a question for the one who went to Firenze, Rome. What did you prefer? What did you prefer over there? Tell me. What did you discover? There are so many things. I'm going to give you the microphone. Yes? Who went to Firenze?
No, you go.
Talk about Firenze, please.
Oh, no.
Where? Ah,
Andiamo in Firenze?
Hi. I went to Firenze with the Honors College, and I stayed there for about a week. But the one thing that I really liked about Firenze, it's gonna sound kind of silly because I get lost a lot, but there's the Duomo in Firenze, and like you can see that from anywhere. So I knew as long as I could see the Duomo that I would never get lost. You can see it from Santa Croce. You could see it from. You could even see it like from the Pitti Palace actually, and that's another part that I liked about Italy. The Pitti Palace and the Bovoli Gardens and the Bardini Gardens, like those places were my favorite. Except trekking around Fort Belvedere was not my favorite part, but I went there too. And I thought it was, well, the thing is I went there to study abroad, so I thought it was really interesting about the history and stuff that was there. Like we saw, there was a place in Italy, I can't remember exactly where, but I saw there was a plaque for, what is his name?
San Gimignano.
Yes. There's a plaque for him, and I saw people like leave flowers for him, and I was like, why are they doing that? But my teacher explained like he was burnt at the stake by, well, pretty much for calling out the papacy, which was, yeah, he was calling out the papacy, and like some Italians think that he should be sainted, so they leave flowers by his plaque to ask for forgiveness for burning him at the stake. And I thought that was like really interesting. It's like living history, like you're seeing the traditions and the culture like right there when you go to Italy, so I completely recommend it.
I'm curious, is there something that you didn't expect, like to find or to see, or that surprised you?
One thing that surprised me was, well, I didn't know how actually diverse the population of Italy was. Like there was a lot of African immigrants who are now residents of Italy there, and there was a lot of we met like even on the train ride to the bus ride to Tivoli. We met like a group of Norwegians, so it was like people from like everywhere were like right there.
No, it's true, Italy has been for years and years a country of migration because of poor condition after the Second World War, and even between the First and the Second World War. That's why we have 20 million Italian American in America and millions of Italians abroad. But it's also true that since a few years we are receiving a very, very huge influx of migration from very, very difficult countries. You mentioned Africa, Central Africa, northern part of Africa, Arab countries, all the areas I was saying before of war, like Syria, Iraq, Kurdistan, Horn of Africa, Somalia, Eritrea were previous Italian colonies during the fascist regime. So it's true that the social structure of Italy is changing so much. You have a huge community of Eastern European coming to Europe and to Italy in particular when the Russian Empire collapsed or the German Berlin was destroyed. So this freedom of circulation brings people, new people to Italy, to France, to Germany, and we are confronting with the multiculturalism that America, of course, is dealing very well. Other countries are trying to react to the problems that multiculturalism and migration can pose, also problems of security. Another problem Italy has is the problem of having too many works of art, too much heritage to be protected and to be given to the rest of the humanity. And this is a big problem because, of course, the resources that are necessary to deal with this task are immense. Italy is not in a position to do so because it's really too much. If you go to the great museum like Cappella Sistina in Rome, etc., you see what you can see, but you don't know what is behind the door. That is 10 times more. That is not possible to be presented to the public.
Yeah. Oh, we have another observation.
I went to study abroad in the summer in Sevilla, in Spain. I went to Italy for 2 weeks. It was very close. What I loved the most was Cinque Terre. Beautiful, so beautiful. And also you could get anywhere, just how Professor Pearson said. You have trains, you can fly there very quickly. Also a lot of culture. We don't have that here. I think here in Miami we've lost a lot of it. So it was beautiful, all the museums, the Colosseum, Michelangelo and Florence, everything was, I don't know, great. I loved it.
Culture, architecture, history. Again, me, I'm telling people. People.
But also geography, since Italy has been a country who had to pass so many evolutions during the centuries, the presence of a human being in the territory is very strong and of course has changed the morphology, I don't know to say, of the country. And considering also the changing of climate and weather that we have also in Florida, we are experiencing year by year, every year, even more atmospheric disasters. For example, you mentioned Cinque Terre. This is a very delicate area, close from mountains and sea. And so when you have big rains, like unfortunately we are going to have in Europe and in other parts of the world, these meteorological effects destroy villages, kill people. It's a situation that all of you around Europe we have to face.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And I was thinking about, there was this American manager in late 80s, John Gannon, who wrote a book called Globally. I don't know, maybe you're too young, I don't know if you heard of it, but it was so interesting because he was comparing each country and population of that country to a certain aspect of the culture. And he compared, of course, United States to a football match, American football match, and he explained the reasons. And then he compared Italy with opera. Why? Because it said that, first of all, the idea that Italians have of bella figura. Bella figura is something that you really can't translate in any language. Bella figura is something that you got when you really understand the Italian culture. It's the way the Italian moves, it's the way the Italian talk, it's the way the Italian dress, it's the way the Italian act with each others. And he was saying that just walking in any streets in Italy is like being on stage. When you are in Italy, you are on stage. This is the meaning of bella figura. And this is something that, for instance, students studying abroad with me, they always tell me, Professoressa, ma how come that here in Italy, whenever you go, it doesn't matter if you have to go to the supermarket or if you just get up in the morning and you have to go downstairs to the post office, you always have to care, you care a lot about, you know, the way you go out and meet people. So the way, not just you dress, you know what I mean? That bella figura idea that it's really, really hard for me to translate in English or make you understand. But it's something that you noticed. You just noticed once you are there. Also the fact that, let's face it, I mean, Italians, all Italians are actors. I don't know who else said that. Yes, it's true, because we move constantly, and everything is a big drama. If we have to say something, you know, in a very calm way, it's impossible. Everything is a big drama. We always have to act somehow, somewhere, no? And so maybe for this reason, John Gannon, and other reasons too that now I don't remember very well, compared Italy with an opera. Console, do you agree?
Oh, it's true that in some other realities, dressing is a matter of being covered because it's cold or because it's too hot or because you cannot go naked around. While often in Italy, not only in Italy, maybe also France, etc., dressing is also proposing yourself to the rest of the other people. I mean, to think what you are putting on, it's not just dressing. Talking about movies, last year we won the Oscar for the Best Foreign Movie in Los Angeles. We are presenting this year. I saw the Italian Film Festival in Miami, the new proposal. It's a very good film, a good movie. Maybe you can have some chances.
Any other questions? Yes.
Two short related ones. The WHO has ranked Italy as the second best healthcare system in the world, and the United States as 37th. Is there something in the Italian mindset that allows their government, their legislators to make laws that make that happen, as opposed to what we have in the United States? Follow-up question, what is the immigration policy towards United States citizens who want to move to Italy?
As far the health system, I would say that Italy and the rest of the Western Europe has a very different approach with the United States, in the sense that here the system is private. You have to pay, there is this approach with insurances, etc. We saw the Obamacare, we saw all the discussion about that, the right to health care. But this is more or less the reality. While in Europe or in Italy in particular, you pay taxes, you pay a lot of taxes in absolute in comparison with the United States, for example. But then the health system is completely free of charge. Everybody can go to an hospital, to a clinic, etc., and be treated because you already paid for it before. And also as far as the foreign people, the clandestine even, are concerned, if they have a problem, they can be treated free of charge because they are in the Italian territory. The system works quite well. I don't know if it is better of the United States. Probably as far the private system of the United States is concerned, is not true in the sense that being private, you can invest so much money in research and in innovation that America is always America, has nothing to do. So the Jackson Memorial Hospital, etc., you have an offer which is a very, very high quality offer because it can be paid by the insurance, it can be paid by the clients, and can be paid by the private companies that then they have the trademark on the production. While having a public system, of course, you don't have all the support of research and system. It's a different approach, like the education. Here I have my children that are twins, 16 years old, and I am confronting the American system, which is very competitive and very complicated in comparison with the Italian one, in the sense that you go to school, you have your diploma, then you try to go to the university, the one you would like to go. It's more or less open. The offer of the school or the university is free of charge because you paid already the taxes for that. And then, I mean, it's competitive, but it's open. While here I can see that you need to have the SAT exam, you need to have a certain percentage of votes, you can go to that university only if you have a scholarship, because maybe the cost of the fee is impossible, considering, I don't know, some university even in Miami. So also this is a very different system, and it's more challenging probably here, but it's less, if I may say, social. It's less open to the needs of the population, especially the one who don't have the needs to afford a good university or a good health system. Maybe your insurance, your insurance is not a good one, or you cannot pay for it.
And also, if I may add, no, I mean, I experienced both the health systems, the one in Italy and the one in the United States. And here you feel more like a credit card when you go to an hospital. Now, the first thing that they ask you is your credit card and your insurance card. And also, if you go to just the general visit, you first have to wait maybe 45 to 1 hour in the waiting room, and then finally a nurse call you. You have to wait for another half an hour in another little room where the nurse asks you questions, and then you see the doctor for maybe 5 to 10 minutes. In Italy, there is still, not always and not everywhere, but there is still that relationship between doctor and patient that is more on a human being based. See, that's the big difference, among other things, of course, if you have insurance, if you don't have insurance, and other expenses are the way they treat you. I think it's they're more compassionate in Italy than here. I'm talking in general. I'm not talking, specific, but I think overall, over there's more compassion between doctor and patient.
No, it's true that the approach from Italy and the United States is different. The patient, when he goes to an hospital in Italy, will be good or badly treated, but he will have a human being in front of him. While in the United States, the system can be very, very well organized, very technician. All the people have its own task to be performed. But then you have problem to speak with some human being and having a human contact.
And the second question was how an American can
Yes.
moved and lived in Italy.
But let's say for 90 days you can enter Europe and Italy in particular without even asking for a visa. While the way around is different. The Italians can enter the United States without a specific visa, but they are under the ESTA program, which is a program intended to allow you to come to the United States for 90 days, up to 90 days, but you receive the visa at the entrance. So almost always granted unless there are previous problems of migration. So on one side the American can enter Italy without any visa, the Italian can do the same, but there are limitations in the sense that there is a screen. As far as residing in Italy, or you work in Italy, so you have an activity like a foreigner here, so you deserve to have a permit, residence permit, or, and this is very often the case, you have a certain economic position and you want to reside in Italy because you like it, but you don't want to work. So this is called a permanent long distance visa. And you have to show that you have the economic means, that you go to Italy for a certain period of time, 1 year, 2 years, etc., that you want to stay there. You don't need to work, but you have the possibility of having a place where to live and how to maintain yourself in Italy during the long period. So they say migrating in Italy is more or less like migrating in America. You need to have a work, you need to have a special visa. Vice versa, you have this option of living in Italy because you like it, but you don't need to work, you have already your means, maybe you have a certain age, so you don't need to.
So before going to live in Italy, you are going to go with your professor in Perugia or in Genoa or Lecce, all these wonderful programs. Me, I would like to read for you something that a student gave me this morning. She went to Genoa. There is no student today from Genoa programs, and she wanted to testimony about her experience. So I'm going to read you this little letter, and in fact you will recognize yourself in it. My name is Alisa Williams. I am currently a senior studying political science and international relations. Recently, I have decided to pursue a certificate in European studies after my experience studying abroad in Genoa. The study abroad program gave me the opportunity to take courses in Italian history and Italian language, so the same for you, with amazing Italian professors from Genoa. Quickly, it became apparent to me that the most stimulating and rewarding way to learn is by actually seeing, living, and ultimately being completely consumed, but why you spend hours reading about in textbooks. Once the school week came to a close, it was followed by unforgettable weekend trips to the many beautiful and welcoming cities of northern Italy and the Amalfi Coast, Rome, Pisa, Firenze, Milano, Cinque Terre, Nerve, Portofino, Torino, Venice, and Camogli, all quickly became the setting for memories that I will hold dear to me as I look back on the summer of 2013. As a reminiscence, Genoa is playful laugh. So we talk about the people, how they behave, laugh. As you wait in line at the bakery to get fresh focaccia and croissant de crème, laugh are then quickly followed by feet running and hearts racing up and down hills to make it to class on time. It is standing in Brignoles train station, smiley, slightly, and engaging in small conversation with people I will never see again. Genoa is cheap pizza, we'll talk about pizza, and good wine for the many nights that turn into morning, days fading into nights, and the moon beams beside tips of rooftops on cathedrals. The city then becomes quiet, as though it is trying to hide all its beauty from the stars. Of course, this attempt is failed because nothing is more breathtaking than taking a stroll through Genoa at night. At night, all its secrets are revealed. Genoa is a teacher delivering history lessons as you look and marvel at buildings that have stood tall and strong with Genoa from the very beginning. The opportunity I had to experience these unforgettable cities is a memory that I will never be lost. I have fallen in love with Genoa, Perugia, Roma, Pisa. In this beautiful city I have found a piece of myself I did not know was lost and a home away from home. The memories created in the house and the friendships I have made with strangers I will keep with me forever. We have all taken different paths in our life, but our curiosities, passions, and longing for places we have never visited is what brought us all together. Genoa will forever be the place that I never knew I needed to know. I have knowledge that surpasses understanding, and friendships are the result. My heart is adapted to the opportunity bestowed on me to study abroad.
Of course, we pay the students for this.
Bellissima.
No, just to say, talking about studying university in Italy, there is a big demand of courses in Italy for university. For example, Genova is a collaboration with the FIU in the maritime industry. The UM has got a great collaboration in the sector of design and architecture, and so on. Bologna with engineering. What is important to mention that is that usually up to last year the possibility to enroll in Italian university was always quite complicated because in Italy we have 5 years of college instead of 4 like here. So every time university was asking for more for an American student going to Italy to ask to be enrolled in the university, maybe 1 year more of school. And so, of course, this was very inconvenient. We managed last year to have these new rules that is related to AP, Advanced Placement Exams. If you can present in your curricula 3 AP Advanced Placement Exams, 2 related to the university you want to do in Italy, architecture, engineering, medicine, whatever, and 1 in Italian, so the 3rd one in Italian, you can enter directly, avoiding all the inconvenience of the 5th year that you didn't do in America because it's not foreseen. So the Italian AP is very important not only for to have a credit at the American university, but also to have an open door to the Italian one.
Huh. Finito? 5 minutes. We have 5 minutes left. Any more questions? Don't be shy.
Come? The shirt of Roma. Roma team.
Sì.
The question that we have for the exam,
Uh-huh.
the questions that are going to be in the exam, are they specifically from the film?
Well, see, and what about things, and now it's going to be just one question about things that we talk today.
Can I ask what kind of question are you going to
Sì, I will tell you everything Wednesday. Mercoledì, va bene? Ricordamelo.
Hi, my name is Sophia, and I spent 3 months in Bari. I just want to say that Venezia is beautiful, Rome is beautiful, but I really like the small towns, especially in the south, because I feel like the people are more like opening. It's not just a touristic place, and when you live somewhere for like more than a month or more than 1 week, you really experience the culture. You feel like you fit in. You start learning things that you didn't think you could learn. You start visiting cities that you would never even dream about in your life that are so beautiful. And to eat the same food that they eat, to laugh at what they laugh, to understand what they're saying, the music, it's beautiful. And I think everyone should try to experience culture.
No, it's true that touristic places are becoming difficult, always more difficult. Florence, Venezia, they're receiving millions and millions of tourists every year. And this poses problem not only to the maintenance of the city, but also the reality of the contact with the people, because it's more complicated. I can make a small example with Ocean Drive in Miami. 10 years ago, 20 years ago was different. Now it's plenty of tourists of all kinds, and maybe is losing the appeal of what was once. So the idea of going, what I was saying before, going out of these main touristic targets and visiting the real Italy, I think you can have the chance to discover something that it's, I would say, incredible.
One more question?
To study abroad in Italy, what would be like the requirements?
Well, it depends which kind of study abroad. The one that I lead, the requirements, it's, well, here we go, Italian one. You're good to go, Marianna, you're good to go. But as soon as the flyers, they're going to be ready for summer 2015, I will talk about the program in class, don't worry about it.
But it's not like you have to be junior or...
No. Sì, Raul.
Do you need an A in Italian?
No, you don't need an A, but you need a good GPA. Not an A.
I was just asking, so we needed to have taken Italian 1 and and then another certain GPA requirements. I just didn't know exactly what it was for, let's
I
say,
believe
your
it's
program.
2.5.
2.5?
2.5, sì.
Okay.
It depends. For the international study exchange, it's a 3.0, and then for the other one, it's a 2.5.
But for us, it's 2.5. For Perugia and Lecce, it's 2.5.